Hey, I'm Chris, and welcome to American Maker Garage, the messy garage right now. This is video one. I am going to try and create a series of videos showing me learning how to become a hobby machinist. My first piece of equipment, it's a mill, and it's arriving on Saturday. Today is Thursday, and so I gotta get this garage in shape, because it is a disaster. Hope you can join me on my journey as I learn how to become a machinist. Where we're starting is fixing this mess. Let me show you around. Workbench is a mess, covered in crap. Bicycles everywhere. Those shelves, I can't stand them. I really just need to get rid of them. Bins galore. I gotta move those things. I gotta get rid of that storage cabinet in the back there, and especially this file cabinet. I'm done with that thing. Tools are all over the place, as you can see. They're pretty organized in that black cabinet, but otherwise, this is bad. Got my drill press in that corner, engine hoist, and my 20-ton Harbor Freight press. That thing is awesome, by the way. And that miter saw is on there. I got the compressor. And then I got all this lumber. I bought all this lumber so I can build shelving over my garage doors for those blue containers. For starters, there's going to be a lot more shelving. And that brings me to today's first project. I'm going to build a small lumber rack so I can get all of that up on the wall there using 3/4 conduit and some 2x4s. So let's get this project started. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be cutting the conduit into 15-inch lengths. You see that red line there? 15-inch lengths. I should have something like 32 pieces at 15 inches long. Conduit is going to go on a slight angle on these 2x4s like that. And then the 2x4s will be put up on the wall using these 5-inch lag bolts. Probably countersink them about that far in so that it can go about that far into the 2x4 on the wall. So that's pretty much it. It's pretty straightforward. It's just going to be a lot of cutting and measuring. So I'm going to get to the measuring first, and we'll get back to it. So it might be easier to use a grinder or a cut-off wheel or a saw to cut this, and I am just going to use a pipe cutter. Not sure which one I'm going to use yet. I've got this bigger one, which will probably be easier, and then I got this little tiny guy. This little tiny one. This actually should be fairly easy and fairly quick. That's a little too tight. Are they going to be exactly 15 inches each? You know what? This is not. This is slipping. That kind of stinks. Let's try this way. So weird, it's slipping. So apparently I had it just a little too loose, and I needed to make it a little tighter, a little snugger. Now it seems to be working pretty good. Crank down on it. Actually, I think this will be easier if I bring it over to the vise. There it is. First piece. Good enough. So I've decided to give this a try in the vise. Oh yeah, that's so much better. So much easier. I have a bandsaw, but it's not put together yet. Could have probably just used it. That would have been probably nice to use. Wow. Pretty quick. Not bad. But it's a nice cut. I'll have to deburr it afterwards. Alright, I'm not going to film all of them. I'm going to cut the rest of them now. You know what? I think I will record the cutting of one entire piece of conduit using this. And we'll put a timer on it and see how long it takes. Starting now. Try to get it inside the first cut and it'll slip. Yeah. No. Well, I'm so good. Or else speed the video up. So I angled the vise a little more just so that I can get the workbench out of the way. And I learned a little something about this pipe cutter. I take the pipe and I just roll it a little in that direction so I can partially see the line. What I was doing before was I was having a problem here. I was opening it too wide and I was lining it up like on that bottom bearing in the back, and as I tightened it, that's what was causing it to slip. So what I did was I'm making sure that I tighten it. You guys probably know this, but I don't use these often. I make sure I tighten it evenly between the bearings, and I just line that blade up kind of like with the edge of the outside of the mark, so I get more accurate cut length. And so now my cut lengths are more consistent. Better alignment on the bottom bearing and better alignment at the top, and it helped prevent it from drifting a little bit. So there we go. 32 pieces of conduit. And now it's time to start laying out the 2x4s. I'm going to be drilling holes in the sides so that I could put these in on an angle, 3/4 inch holes. They're going to go in about 3 inches deep like that. So they're 15 inches long, leave about 12 inches sticking out. And yeah, so I'm going to do like 4 inches up from the bottom, and then every 11 inches will be holes for these. Got my square set to 4 inches. Somewhere in the middle here will be a hole for the bolts. And now I'm going to measure up from there 11 inches. So 11 inches. Mark this outside one every 11 inches now. So I'm just doing a straight edge across the two outside boards where I measured 11 inches. And then I'll just double check and the other boards, make sure it's not totally way off. set my square to half the width of the 2x4, just so I can go through and mark the center lines where I've got to drill the holes. These holes that I'm going to drill are going to be 3 inches deep. They're not going to go all the way through. But I am going to have to also put in the little lag bolts. So I should probably, this will be the lag bolt area right there. A lag bolt there. And a lag bolt up here. I'll do it. Not looking for superior precision. I suppose I should practice precision because I'm getting into machining, but I also need to get stuff done because that machine's going to arrive on Saturday, and right now I have no place to put it. One thing I didn't remember is when I start to do the drilling, I got to remember to put these boards at an angle on the drill press. I saw somebody do something like this on YouTube. I don't remember who it was, but I'll put a comment here and a link to the video that I saw on YouTube. There's a bunch of videos on building lumber racks, but this just seemed pretty quick and easy, clean looking. Let me get these lined up. And now I put a mark here for where I want the bolt holes to be. I'm just going to use that and just kind of zip straight across. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to just circle these so I remember that these are for the lag bolts. I'll put a little L. Circle with a little L. I actually do have a plan. I kind of like hand wrote a little something to kind of show the idea. 2x4. Then the poles. And then some lag screws to hold it in place. I think I'm using 5 inches. I'm just marking them like a little circle and an L because I don't want to drill these out at 3/4 of an inch. So there we go. 4 inches from the bottom, that's going to be the first support. Second support, 11 inches from there. Third support, 11 inches from there. Fourth support, 11 inches from there. And then here is a line of holes where I'm going to drill for the lag bolts here and here. And just mark them with a little L. And now I got to pull up my chop saw and clean them up. I'm not going to put them up uneven like that. That would drive me crazy. So for now, we're going to move everything over here to the other side of the garage so that I can get the mill over, get to the drill, and then get the mill in this corner. So now I got perfect bench tiling. Yeah, dude! So now I pretty much got everything over to the side for now. Got a bunch of tools that I got to organize and put away.
Lisa.
Thanks, Sheldon.
Penny.
Hey, Sheldon.
Now I can get to my drill press so I can start finishing this stuff off. And I'm going to try and get these racks built tonight. And maybe hang them tomorrow sometime. Try and get those done. All of those tools need to be put in toolboxes. Once these racks are done, all the lumber down there will end up there. And that's day one of cleaning up American Maker Garage.